golly gee willikers. I don't think you do. Oh, no, no, no. I don't think you do. Golly, 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 golly gee. I got a headache. Gotta put my chapstick on. Chapstick on. Gotta take my boom boom. This is my boom boom. My boom boom. I love this stuff. Gotta do a little. Gets me going. Love it. Love it. The grift is getting annoying. I don't know what you mean by the grift, but yes, ugly comments are getting very annoying. They sure are. They sure are. And trolls, very annoying. Not demure at all, not classy, none of the above. For the love of Pete. Happy Sunday morning. It is time to get going. Get moving, get grooving, get your ass moving. Happy Sunday morning. Morning. It's about time. Sorry. I had to vacuum. I had to make my bed. I had to annoy my husband some more because what is life if you can't bug your husband? You know what I mean? No, nothing yet. Oh yeah, we had our first troll like 30 seconds in. You know, I'm busy. My credit card has fraud. I'm trying to figure out how to put my new card in. I didn't quit you. Girl, you ain't green anymore. Shit. Hi, Steven. Lily says she hasn't quit me, but I think she has. She no longer green on the tube. That's okay. It happens. Fraud. It's the time of year. Fraud. More fraud and more fraud. As a reminder, y'all don't reply to any Amazon frauds on the internet, on the emails, PayPal, and such. Y'all, everybody's trying to make a buck, especially the criminals. So watch yourself. Amazon will not email you. PayPal will not email you. Oh, someone in Brooklyn tried to have fun on your dime? Well, shit, what were they trying to buy? I want to know. If you had somebody's credit card, what would you do? What would be the first place you would go? I don't know. It is jazz, especially for elderly, right? Joanne, I think, got caught up in that. I've been caught up in it too. So it's not just the elderly. I mean, we fall to the bank. Y'all, I'm talking about a stolen credit card. Everybody on TikTok's like, well, I would take it to the bank. I would take it to buy groceries. Abort the mission, it's fraud. That was a trick question and y'all just took it and went. Y'all, you failed. Every one of you. I would go to Nordstrom's. I would buy me a new purse. I got my kid's card 2 weeks ago. Oh, I hate that shit. Hi, Cindy. Back to normal. All right. Get your daughter out of there. Tell her she's infringing upon your schedule. Gosh. Oh, Stormy, 1 year since your mom's passing. I'm sorry. Ariel man. Now, I'm going to be sarcastic because if you are a man, that's a typical man question. Are you? You run on Sundays? No, I don't. What do you see me doing? Am I chilling on my recliner with a nice margarita? Ariel man, bruh, that's what my... What are you doing? Nothing. What are you doing? It's like my husband washing dishes. What are you doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm on the beach in Miami sipping a cocktail. What are you doing? Just a lazy day on a Sunday. Yeah, it's God's day. A lot of people believe that, right? It's God's day. So God's day means to most people church, right? Some people use it as a day of relaxation to get back into the grind. Does my husband practice law? He used to, yeah. I only want to do 30 minutes. That's okay. Sunday is the day of rest. So technically, or accidentally sleeping through church. That's why I don't like plans. I really don't, you know? Because what happens? I could never be a church goer because I just don't want to do anything. Good thing I'm not, because I would fail. Yep, I would fail. Now, everybody can get their God on in different ways, right? If you believe. Some people still believe in God, right? And they don't go to church. Some people love the church. Some people don't believe in God and celebrate their own ways. So that's okay. I celebrate my own ways by running on the treadmill, finding peace and solitude, and getting shit done. That's right. Every Sunday growing up, 9 a.m. Mass. God, that sounds horrible. I couldn't do it, and that's okay if you do it. But for me, that doesn't fit for me. It doesn't work for me. Happy Sunday from Texas, Barb. Hope you're doing well. So, to each their own. And the goal of today is to not judge others for what I think is right? Everybody gets judged today for so many different reasons, right? Because if you don't do it somebody else's way, it's the wrong way. It's not true. It's not true. Just because I don't go to church, just because I vote different than you, doesn't make me bad. It just makes me different, right? So, yeah, Lily be token in the temple. What was that? Did you see somebody smoking in church? Who's in the pews? No one, I didn't see it. No, I hate that. And lately I have found out from you guys that a lot of churches are making it political now. Choose one way. And if you don't choose our way, you are wrong and you shall be damned. No, fuck. That's what makes the world go round. Could you imagine if my husband and I were the same person? Everything we believed in, everything was in unison and in tandem. God, that would be boring. We need differences. We need eccentricities. Sounds about right. Eccentricities. Eccentrics? Well, you know what I mean. We need it. But what we don't need is hate. What we don't need is harassing behaviors. What we don't need is stalking. We don't need war. We don't need famine. We don't need the shit that's happening. But it is what it is. It's part of the operational turnaround, the rotation of the earth. Difference is good. Difference is good. So, next time you're out talking to people who don't have the same mindset as you, it's okay. It's okay. Next time you're out and somebody's dressing different than you, it doesn't make them wrong. They're voting different than you. Oh no. Okay, that's what makes the world go round. So I don't need to repent in a house that has been, now, again, we have some sensitive Sallys. Now, I ain't trying to bash on your religion or the way you do it, but for me, it doesn't work. I don't feel like I need to go to a place that has been told for years and centuries it's the house of God. To repent? No, I don't feel like I don't have to go somewhere to do that. I can do it on my own. I can do it and fix myself. I don't believe in the forces that be that are responsible to make me better, because that's not always true. People have judged me, even talking religion like this, just borderline of what works for me. People will unfollow me because of that opinion. Really? Are we that short-sighted in the world that we judge others for what we think is right? Now, oh yeah, Margaret, priests messing around with your children. Word. Now, every religion's at fault, you guys. I'm not classifying organized religion, extreme, religion is sometimes, I feel, is, gosh, so hard, so controlling, and I just was never brought up that way. Doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me have a different view of religion. We are living in hell. Mary, I look at this as hell. How we're living, our political system. To me, this is hell. Seeing people hate and bully others, God, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. I believe in kindness. I do. Why do you have to go to a specific building that has been for centuries, told that this is how you worship, this is how you absolve yourself from wrongdoings? Absolve yourself. Yeah, you are the only person who is able to absolve yourself, right? I mean, there's no greater force but myself that can change my ways. On the the Aquanet. Don't be judging the Aquanet, Stephen. I also used that Aquanet. That was some powerful shit. It was great. You could be in a windstorm and that hair wouldn't move. Shit. Yeah, I agree. I can pray or not pray. We all have, some of us pray outside of the organized. I almost said something bad. It's hard. Here's the thing. It's hard to try to make everybody happy, right? I falter. I'm a human, right? I almost said something that people would have chastised me for, having to do with organized religion. People jump, people clobber, and people spit on you when you do that. It's so hard in the public forum that I'm in, right? Because everybody's looked on with a fine-tooth comb, and they will try to find every mistake, everything, every falter, everything else, and run with the story, right? No, it doesn't, Tracy. It doesn't make you a Christian, a Catholic, anything, if you just go to church. Now, you also have those people who go to church but don't practice kindness, right? Because I'm sure in every church, they talk about what? Loving thy neighbor. Not too closely, though. That's a commandment. Being kind, right? It's okay not to judge others. Don't judge. All those things. And 3/4 of those people walk out of that house of God and do what? All of the things they were told not to do. Yeah, that makes you a hypocrite. Makes you a hypocrite. can somebody answer me? Michelle, that's a little snarky. When people are talking, it's hard to get to every question. Come on, girl. And no, all of my Facebook accounts are not us. So people hate on me for the hat I wear and my affiliation with one group and a sticker I have on my car. Nope. And it's not what I think. It's because you're a Yankees fan. Oh, blasphemy, Kim. Blasphemy. So when I went to church as a child, there was so much judging. Right. And that is the complete opposite of what your Sunday sermons are about. Right? I'm not on Facebook. Dan's not on Facebook. And I link all my accounts in my link tree. So that's how you know. Every video, I tag my other accounts in. Dan only has one account. It's very simple. And typically, you can tell the cheaters and the thieves, right? So anyhow, so much judging, and it drives me nuts. And that's why I find the hypocrisy of organized religion. I am sorry, right? I am sorry. My kindness has no motives either. And that's the way it should be. You should be kind because that tells you your true nature as a human being. Not because there's something in it or to get something from somebody. So many people do that. Now, yes, Michelle, trust me, girl. We know. TikTok is so worried about me, getting taken down by the uglies, but they won't even protect us with our stolen material. Right? So, anywho, those things perplex me. Those things. And some of the highly religious people, women, come on and attack me. They have things like, I love God, praise be to Jesus, Bible worshiper, all those things. And they are the most ugliest people on the planet. I had friends that talked about back, so I got rid of them. Yep. Oh, thanks, Tracy. So, anyhow, just because it was Sunday and I saw some ugliness on my accounts, which I see every day, but it reminded me of, once again, the ugliness and the hypocrisy we live under or within. And it's just a reminder to all of you out there in the back, not the ones that are present, but the ones in the back. Y'all are hypocrites. Stop being ugly. It's not becoming. And your true colors are the ones that are shining through. Now, it's sad, because we have followers, right? We have people that, don't be sorry, not all of them go to church. Nope, they don't. But some of them. No, Marty. Are you a hypocrite? Do you feel guilty this morning? Why, Marty? Why? What did you do? Recognize the wrongdoings that you bestowed upon others. Fix it, bruh. I feel you can. It's in your heart. It's in your fingertips. Get it. Fix it. Repent. Oh, sorry. Too much? Yeah. Oh, you're hungover. Yeah. Repent. 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 Beat yourself up. Because it's only our faults. Nobody else's. You can't be responsible for your drinks. Put your drinks in the hands of somebody that can. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because I had a friend who overdrank me. Yep. She is not a drinker, but she kept pouring. She doesn't know. She fucked me up. I hit my head into the wall. I fell down. I did donuts in the hotel room. So that might not be an accurate suggestion. Abort. In church and told them their whole lives everyone is a hypocrite. Yeah, and it's important. Would you fix me a Crown and Coke? I don't think you want me to fix you that, bruh, because I've been making you drunk. How many shots you want, Marty? As the Crown is just going. Girl, I think 3/4 of that glass is plenty. Shit. I said Crown with Coke, not Crown with a splash of Coke. Shit. 3 shots per glass. Okay, so here's that question I always ask. If you have 3 drinks with 3 shots in each cup, is that 9 drinks you just drank? Or is it just 3 cocktails? Now, I know what most of you non-drinkers are going to say. Most of you non-drinkers are going to say this. That's 9 drinks. But the regular drinkers are going to be like, nah, that's just 3 cocktails. That's just 3 cocktails. Anyhow, that's how I compute. With those numbers. 3 cocktails. Yeah. 3 cocktails. 3 drinks. 9 shots. Where'd you come up with that shit? I had 3 drinks. Well, girl, you be pouring the shots in 1 drink. Who's counting? I wasn't. It's 1 drink. Whether I have 4 shots in it or 1. It's 1. 9 shot Marty per glass. Or is it 3 shots per glass? Are you in a short, Marty, or are you in a tall? That's a huge calculation difference, right? Like if you're talking single shots, they're baby shots. We'll call them the baby shots. I had some baby shots in my 1 cocktail. I always ask for a shot on the side. Yeah, Mary, we call that a floater, honey. I will take a floater. Marty, I wasn't asking your stamina. I wasn't asking your height. I was asking your glass size. Tumbler or tall? Marty's like, I'm 6'2", baby. I can handle my 9 shots. I'm in 3 drinks. Don't be judging. 16 ounces. Is that a tumbler? No, it's a tall. But yeah, that's what you have. That's what happens. I don't think you can fit. Is you have ice in it? Because ice fucks it all up. Fucks up all the dynamics and the, the calculations and shit. Yeah, Mary, that's the way to do it, girl. I'll take your top shelf marg. And bring me an extra shot too, please. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. 9 shots. It would be full, yeah. In 1. With no ice. You could do it. Marty, I feel we can do this experiment. But only with you because I haven't drank in 10 days. Yeah. I haven't drank in 10 days. You get doubles, Pam, at the casino. How many a lemon drop? If you buy it at the bar, there's what, like 1.5 shots or something, whatever they count to. Pussy shots is what I call them. So if I'm making a lemon drop, I'm putting at least 2 shots in. Yeah, at least minimum, maybe 2 shots and a little extra pour. So exactly, we not want me to make your drink. Yeah. Who counts shots in mixed drinks? Yeah, I don't. I mean, Josh one time called me out. He's like, you think you're drinking 1 drink. You have 2 in 1. 2 in 1. 2. I didn't ask you number 1. Number 2, butt the fuck out. And number 3, it's 1 cocktail. Shit, I hate when people call my ass out. Especially Josh. Who the fuck are you? Ugh. Stand down, bruh. Stand the fuck down. Meet you at Tootsie's. Ooh, where's Tootsie's? I want to go. Depends on the glass. No, they don't, Pam. First of all, they use cheap liquor. Second of all, they gyp you every time. my bar, so I'm not a sloppy drunk in public. Hey, what's wrong with hugging walls in public? Shit, I know. Fucking Josh. Y'all, I'm gonna be the lightest weight possible by the time I get to Nashville. By the time I get to Nashville, it's gonna be like, am I even gonna want to drink at that point? Like, what am I? Probably. When I go out, my go-to drink is a top shelf gin martini, yum, and no vermouth. My daughter Jennifer doesn't do vermouth either. I like vermouth. That blue cheese stuffed Elvis. Famous bar in Nashville. No, the Gold Rush used to be back in the day. Why did I go dry? Well, it all started with my shoulder, and I was just gumming an Advil because I was in so much pain, and I couldn't get up, and I can't really drink with my left hand, and I didn't want to spill. Long, and then it was like 3 days. I leave Friday, Marty. Friday, but it's just a quick turnaround. Friday, I come back Monday. And then I was like, oh, well, I made it. I wasn't really in the mood to drink. And then I was like, well, since I'm on this trek, let's see if I can lose some lbs, right? Let's see how much this wine has affected the lbs, right? So now I'm in 10 days. Today's 10 days. Yesterday was 9. So now I'm in a complete competitive fucking fight. Now I want it, you know? Now I'm like, ooh, the last 3 days I've been cringing for a glass. But I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. But this is the problem with me, right? Because then once I get so addicted to not doing something, this is where it can become a potential problem. But my goal is to make it. My goal is to make it. My goal is to make it to Nashville. And I have a hard time believing I won't drink in Nashville. Have I lost anything? I don't know. I don't know. I was not gonna get myself on a weigher beforehand, and I haven't. I feel like my stomach has changed a little bit. I feel a little less bloated, but here's the thing, there's something going on, right? Internally with me, whether it's just hormones, endometriosis, cancer, I don't know. So we'll find out on Wednesday, but something is just making me feel bloated most of the time. But aside from that, yes, once I figure out what's happening, I do feel less bloated in the abdomen, aside from my womanly problems that I have. Marty, are you doing a meet and greet? No, there's just no time. There's no time. And I didn't lose a pound. And I'm sure it's not like I'm drinking a bottle of wine every night, right? Oh, hi Cindy, good. Let's do it. It's not like, you know, I'm not going to not drink alcohol, but I really wanted to take the time to also figure out my gummy vibe, right? My gummy vibe, and figure out, but sometimes they don't work the same every day, right? So it's hard to kind of get it down, but I'm not gonna not ever drink again. I couldn't drink with the left hand. You're the only person that caught that. I couldn't drink. You too, Marty. And I just wasn't in the mood. I was in so much pain that I was like, if anything's gonna help at this point, it's gonna just be the gummy, right? And my Advil. So I just wasn't in the mood. And then day 5, when I was like, let's go with it. Let's see if I can make it a week. And now I'm like, well, shit, might as well keep it going, right? So my goal is just to get back to not wanting to drink every day, you know? But I don't know, I really enjoy it. People are like, how do you feel? Do you feel a difference? No, I don't really feel a difference. Is that wrong? Like, I'm expecting everybody's like, oh, you probably would feel so much better. No, I don't. Well, Pam, now, yeah, at that point I did not. I was sick to my stomach. The pain had me, I've never had pain like that. So it really had me nauseous. You know, it really had me nauseous. So I was not feeling it. But let me tell you, day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I have been wanting a class. But I won't do it. I won't do it on principle. Even though I keep looking at my bottles and they're talking to me. They are. Yeah, I don't feel different. And so, yeah, apple turnover sounds yummy. I see. No, I mean, I feel different when I'm not drinking, you know, a whole bottle. A whole bottle makes me feel different the next day. But 2 glasses really doesn't make that much of an impact, you know. Hi, Mario. So, anywho, I'm working. I do feel, you know how, I don't know if those of you are scale watchers, but I am not a scale watcher. It's a bad habit. So I refuse to step on the scale because that also kind of catapults me into an obsession. Now, remember, I've been anorexic, right? So I know what my triggers are. So I haven't stepped on a scale. I've gotten away with that because it's not right. That's not how. So when you change, you know, my body will fluctuate 3 pounds every day, right? So I got rid of my scale. I won't use it. Andrew has it upstairs. So I won't do it because if you do this on top of everything else, I could possibly have that potential to get back in that zone, right? And I don't want to be in that zone because it's dangerous. So I know what my capabilities are. And it probably won't help, you know, my menopausal shit. So, and I can tell, I gotta be really careful because I can see it happening now. I can see with this, with this alcohol, you know, my mind is fighting against what's right and what's wrong. Now my eating is starting to get a little bit obsessive, right? So I have to literally watch because I am so susceptible to falling back in that trap. So I have to, last night, I could have gone to bed with not eating, and that would have been only 1 sandwich and a protein bar and a banana. I forced myself to eat something. But still, it's not a lot. At lunch, Delaney wanted chips, so I got chips, and I only had like 5, and I wouldn't have any more. So for me, that's how it all starts. So being aware, I'm talking to you guys about it because I'm holding myself accountable because it's that easy, right? It's that easy to fall back into it. Do you eat more with gummies? No. The weirdest thing, honey buddy, like I can see that I could eat, right? I can see how it strikes up, but I won't eat. Alcohol, I have more apathy with alcohol than I do gummies. I have more control. Does everybody know what apathy means? Just to make sure. So what do you see if you think you have a problem? How do you get help if you're obsessed with losing weight? I do lightweight lifting. So it's funny because I have more apathy with alcohol than I do with, I think, gummies because it's a different mindset. So overeating, exactly. And I get the chips out. Yeah, and I don't mind sharing it. You know, this is what I talk about. I talk about it to the other people who maybe experience the same shit. It's there, it's true to me, right? So I can see, I know the inner struggles with my mind. This morning I was hungry. Well, you should eat something. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Okay, well, maybe you're really hungry. Yeah, but I'll eat after. You know, it's like I can see certain patterns happening. So I have to be very careful. Yeah, very careful. You're not alone. I do too. And at 50, right? And that's why I talk about having issues like, anorexia, bulimia, right? Just because I'm older and wiser doesn't mean I'm not still susceptible to doing it. Yeah, well, Jade, and that's what you need to work on, right? Is you're not consistent, right? And so, like, instead of going to a place to get help, I really hold myself accountable. And even though I'm not hungry, I make sure I'm eating. And if I'm not wanting certain foods and trying to stay away from them, I still make sure that I'm getting enough. So then about 4 years ago, it's complex as fuck. It is. Because anorexia, right, can first stem from body issues, right? Body dysmorphia. Like, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, this 10 pounds is fucking hideous, right? And so you start, right, watching what you eat. And for the past anorexic, right, we still have those tendencies. We're always thinking about, yes, because you're hungry, right? It becomes about control. Yes, it becomes about control. So what starts off as I'm trying to, be smart about it, and you start feeling a little lighter on your feet, and you're seeing your stomach kind of get back into tune, and things start snowballing, and then it becomes a control thing. Now, I don't have control in my life, right? I like control. I like to be able to control everything that I can, but I can't. So then it becomes that one thing that I can control. It's a very slippery slope. It's very difficult. So talking about it gives you an awareness that I can see. I gotta watch myself very close because of those inner demons in my head. So again, accountability, right? I talk to you guys about accountability all the time. I was 5'8", 118, and thought I was overweight. God, so my lowest at 5'8", Terror Bear, was 107 when I was anorexic. 107. 102 pounds within 4 months. Oh my God. And that's like serious medical issues, right? Serious pushes therapy. Well, because you have a problem, Jade, that you can't control yourself, right? You're controlling it in a different way, which is not healthy for your body. And as we age, it gets harder on our organs and all that shit, right? To do what it's supposed to do when we're malnutritioned. So it's very important. Now I can't lose weight at all. My lowest was 96. Oh shit, Pam. Well, how tall are you? How tall are you? Because I was 107 and I'm 5'8". I was 5'8". I'm not 5'8" anymore. And that was, I think I started off at 145, which I vacillated between 145 and 150 at that moment. So yeah, I lost like 40 pounds. You are bumping an hour. Bumping an hour? What? Oh, getting close to an hour. No, I'm 38 minutes. So I ran 3 miles, Michelle. Now I'm walking. You're 5'3". Oh yeah, that's tiny. You're tiny though. But 5'3", 96 pounds, that's a little low, right? So anyhow, I'm just sharing with you because when I put it out there, it makes it more, makes it more present. If I hit it, right? I know I'm doing something. I know my brain is doing something not okay. And so what holds me on the up and up is by sharing it. So, yeah. went on the truck. 3 eggs. Intensive therapy. My major in college was child development. Yeah, I was a child development major. So from birth to 18 years is what I studied. It's like the brain and stuff and development. 107 to 58. Yeah. I didn't save myself. My doctor, because I was sick all the time. And so my doctor, that last time I weighed in at 107, so he was watching that drastic weight change. And he looked at me that day and said, are you trying to kill yourself? And I was like, what? He's like, don't think I don't notice what's going on. And I wish I remember that doctor to this day. So just thank him and just say, that was great. The tactic he took was amazing. He's like, if you don't start eating, I'm going to tell your mom and you're going to die. I was like, shit. Shit. 5 foot and 87 pounds. I eat all the time. Oh, really? You burn more calories as an amputee? Yeah, that's tiny, Sadie. You're a little pipsqueak. Yeah. How big did you get when you were pregnant? Big. My body likes to hold on to weight. My body likes to hold on to weight. I gain. I gained 65 pounds with Hannah, and I gained 55 with Jennifer and with Andrew. Yeah. I was big. Yeah. My body likes to hold on to weight. I mean, I think I gained like 20 pounds. I gained 20 pounds in the first like 2 months of being pregnant. My body's just like, yep, we gotta nourish this. It's just the way my body does it. And it's horrible. I hated being pregnant. The first one was great. And then by the time I hit 65 pounds with the second one, I was like, this is bullshit. It takes, I ate. I ate. I don't know. With Hannah, I ate a lot, but some bodies just do their own thing. My body just sucked on the weight. My body was like, oh, you're pregnant. Yep, we're going to hold everything in. Yeah. I even exercised all the way through. Didn't matter. Didn't matter what I ate. So I can tell you that I tried to eat very healthy with Jennifer. My first pregnancy, I was like, I'm not only going to gain like 20 pounds, Yeah, well, that didn't work. By the second one, I was so sick that the only thing that made me feel good was greasy food, lots of nachos, and so, whatever. And then by the third one, I was like, fuck, I ain't gonna gain 55 pounds. I ate really good with Andrew and still gained it. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter what I put in my mouth at that point. I am gaining, yeah. 70 pounds, you gained 70 pounds being on Lyrica, only gained 40 when pregnant. God, I just hated it, Like pregnancy for me was hard because I gained so much weight. It was hard. Oh, I hated that much weight on my body. It was something I couldn't control, right? Because you're hungry all the time. And then you try to eat healthy and you still gain weight. It was really tough for me, especially having that anorexic mindset, right? It was really hard for me. I think that when I was pregnant with Andrew, I literally cried. My babies were tiny, Lisa. Jennifer was barely 6 pounds. I had her 3 weeks early though. And Hannah was like 6'13" or something like that. 6'12", something like that. And then Andrew was 7'4". So I had tiny, tiny babies. Tiny babies. Or is a regular exercise better? Do you have a stepper? Anything works, Chrissy. Just move. It's horrible. My body is just a hibernator. It takes it and it holds on to it. I could probably just eat salads my whole pregnancy and still gain 50 pounds. I have to take Lyrica for fibro with my second child. I gained 17. Oh my God. 10 pounds? I would fucking die. If something out of my vagina came out 10 pounds or over 8, you guys, I birthed Jennifer. We just called her 6 pounds because she was teetering and then she ripped me to shreds. A little fucking pipsqueak came out of my vagina and it ripped me. It was like the Chainsaw Massacre. Y'all, that's not right, right? And that's why I can't believe, some of you people who have had 10 people, 10-pound kids, and your vaginas are like tight as can be. Well, how did it get to be tight? I know what happened to mine after 3. Shit, that ain't right. Literally after giving birth to my first daughter, we went and had family portraits taken. My husband wouldn't buy them because he said I not like looking back at how big I was with the baby weight. Jesus. And that's probably part of your issue, Jade, right there. Part of your issue. To do a daddy stitch. I wish I could do a daddy stitch. At this point in life, just shave it up and stitch it up. I don't know. I had one baby, he was 5 pounds. Tiny little nug. So, Jade, I mean, all of that stuff for you is probably deep-rooted. So, that's trauma for you, right? So that's why you don't eat. Or you convince yourself you're not hungry. I remember feeling that way too when I was anorexic. I felt like my body was eating itself because I was so hungry, but I wouldn't allow myself to eat, right? Because I was like, I've got this. This is the only thing I can control in my life. And it became a game, you know, it became that competition with myself. You know, nope, not gonna eat. I don't need to eat. Fuck you, stomach. I got this. That's weird. But that also happened in my house with my mom and Ed. It wasn't a healthy environment, you guys, you know? And I couldn't control my environment. And the only thing I can control was my weight. And it was kind of peaceful in and of itself dealing with that, living the way I lived. It's you know, I'm always thinking about food. I'm always in my head thinking, okay, I ate that, so I can't eat that. So anorexia doesn't leave us. Anorexia doesn't leave us, right? There's still elements of it behind. It's like once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. It doesn't ever go away. You can always falter with anything. So I can control my body. And it's a sick, right? It's a sick, with anorexia, it's sick. It's a sick disease that, you know, I'm so aware of all of those things and what the possibilities are because I've been there and I've done it and I know the way I think, right? I know the way I am. And that's why I was thinking about it today and I thought, shit, Danielle, don't do it. Don't fall in that. It's okay to be healthy, right? It's okay to change, you know, to get into better, healthier lifestyle, but it's not okay to obsess. It's not okay to obsess. I thought it was maybe the Lexapro. No, but I didn't even think about eating. I wish Lexapro did that to me. No, but you know, it's funny because the last couple days, I just haven't really been hungry. And that's really weird for me. So then I'm like, okay, I'm dying. I got a tumor in my belly. That's what's happening. Everything in balance. And that's what I'm just trying to say. I know there's some of you out there that need to hear that stuff. I know there's some of you out there that are doing the same thing I'm doing. I know, and that's why I talk about it. And for myself too. I always say the things I talk about is also to hold me accountable to you guys. Because if, like, you know, in a month from now, you see me looking skeletal, you can be like, girl, what you doing? The fuck? I thought you said you had a handle on it, you know? So, and you're right, you never get over it. Yep, you never get over it. Hi, Judy. 8-year-old granddaughter's last soccer game. Thanks for the pop-in. Stayed in big baggy clothes. I did too. Yeah, I did that too. I wore really baggy shirts up top because I looked ugly naked, you guys. I looked ugly naked. My rib cage, my spinal cord, every bone in my body, that I literally looked like a concentration camp victim, you know. So it was ugly, ugly. Bye, Janet. Have a good day. And I was right. You never get over it. No, and that's the thing. It's like your environment most of the time blasts it into orbit, right? You start off trying to lose weight just because you're heavy. My mom never questioned it because she never really saw me. You know, I was wearing jeans. She knew I was working out, so she never saw me naked. She never saw me. And, you know, can I recognize how thin you were? Yeah, yeah. And sometimes I was like, I remember looking at myself in my mirror and the sick perversion of your brain, even though I was like, oh my God, you know, I was still like, God, I look good. You know, I gotta do more. It's sick. Once you are in the clutches, you know, as weird, like some of you see those women, right? How many of you, well, it'd be interesting because my mom's not alive. Or I would say, hey, what the fuck were you thinking, you know? But she's not here, so I don't know. But I think she knew. I'm sure, if I remember correctly, there were moments that she would be like, you need to, you know, pay attention, you know, you need to eat, type of thing, right? Because you don't realize like how bad it is until you walk in on somebody and you see them. But they're women today on TikTok, you guys. I see them and they're complete skeletals. Now, I never looked that bad, and they think they look good. You know, they're dancing and they're moving and they're doing all this shit, and I'm like, y'all are dying. Like, there is nothing to your bodies. It's really, really sad. She liked me more than her mom. Yeah, and Emma, that happens. And I try to do the same thing with my niece and my nephews, is being around, right? All them all the time. I'm trying to establish that, you know, if they ever need something, they can call me. And just think what it does to your organs. And I'm gonna tell you something, that fucked up my metabolism for years. For years, that fucked up my metabolism. I think for a good, freshman, sophomore, I ballooned up. Junior year, senior year, I was my heaviest. Actually, kind of went into my sophomore year a little bit. So it was really junior and senior year, I ballooned. And it took me about 3 years for my body to regulate itself and to get back to normal, because that also fucks up your whole system, the way everything works. Yeah, the Eugenia. Yeah, all those girls. And Liam Payne, right? Because he's all over the news. There's some girls that you know have it. Like, I can spot somebody who's anorexic a mile away, because you can see just certain things that certain things you can see. And Liam Payne had a girlfriend, I think, in one of the videos that's surfacing, and this girl is just all bones, like, and so skinny. And I was like, oh, she's anorexic. You know, because you can just see with the way certain bones stick out. I can also, my shoulder's starting to hurt again, you guys. I can tell by the way their collarbone looks and the way their arms look. That's the first sign for me, is if they're in something that's not baggy, and you can kind of see their shoulders right through here, you can tell. And then the next thing is if, you know, they're wearing tight pants, and then you see the way the pelvic region looks. Ugh, yeah. There's a couple of them. There's another one that's on there too, and I'm just like, I can't help but to watch, right? But I'm so sad that they think they look so hot, you know? So anyhow, the color, yeah. And if you've ever been anorexic or been around somebody who has been, you can just tell. You can see, you look great, you definitely lost weight. Oh, I don't think so. I haven't lost any weight. Everything's still tight as can be. Who said that she would look healthy? Yeah, through pairs of jeans. And you do, because when you're aware, right? When you see yourself in the mirror. And I remember looking, there was one time I remember I was in my Levi's, and they were Levi's like I would never have been able to fit into unless I was anorexic. And I saw myself from the waist up, and it was just gross. And I thought, God, you know, I don't remember thinking bad, but I remember being shocked all of a sudden at what my body looked like. But I put on my big baggy sweatshirt, and I was like, well, I look good. Everybody keeps telling me I look good, right? So, and that's the one thing that I always pay attention to, is try to like not tell people who I think have a problem that they look good, right? Because it just adds more fuel to them to keep going and keep persevering through the disease itself. So yes, I'm on a vibration plate, you guys. I'm on a vibration plate. Is she still on, that Eugenia Cooney? Like, I mean, so why go baggy if, well, I only went baggy up top because up top was not cute. And so I probably recognized that people would be on to me if I wore like a t-shirt. Yeah. So I had really, tiny pants on, but I wore a baggy t-shirt. But I've always had the dark circles under my eyes. Like I was malnutritioned. I didn't ever think I looked good. But no, never told me that. I know if I started losing weight, I would go down that rabbit hole. You can. It's so easy to go. Oh, so she's still on. And that's the kind of thing that pisses me off with TikTok, right? Now, it's almost glorifying the anorexia, right? It's almost glorifying it. And it kind of pisses me off that TikTok allows that because she's sick, right? There's another person on there. I think there's a mom on there that also looks anorexic, but I think she has a medical condition. So she's very, very, she looks like, if I didn't know, I was like, what the hell? Why are we, watching a mom who has anorexia? And I was looking into it, but I think she has a medical condition. Anybody know who that is? But she has a medical condition and she eats all the time and needs help. It needs help and they let it go. What helped me get better? Me, Emma, me. Me. And I'm still not 100% better though. I mean, that's the thing. You never heal completely. You never heal completely. And I don't. I'm being honest about it. For myself, I've never healed because I'm still obsessed about certain things. I'm 5'2", 85 pounds. It's harder to gain weight than it is to lose it. Yes, it's disturbing. It's gross. Not everyone gets the help they need. No, not everybody gets the help they need. Did I go? No. I did not go into therapy. I did it myself, you guys. I literally, just as I got older, I just got a little bit wiser and, I just did things differently. I'm still obsessed though. I mean, just different ways, right? I'm obsessed. I'm not losing weight, but I'm still obsessed. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more obsessed because this is what happens with me. The wine kind of kickstarted it. And then going to Nashville and I was like, oh my God, I need to lose a little bit so maybe I can fit into some of my clothes. And now it's like, let's take off, let's go, So anyhow, it's just trying to be better, and that's the thing is just, I think holding yourself accountable is huge because I think when you hold yourself, accountable by talking, making it aware, making, your limitations and letting people know what your triggers are and all those things also holds you in the right place is where you should be. If I didn't talk to you about it, if I just ignored it myself, all the while knowing what was going on, it allows me to lose more control, right? By putting it out here, it makes me accountable for my behavior. It's what I do with all the social media. At 50, right? At 50, the only thing that's bugging me right now is I was gaining weight and couldn't stop. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. I feel like with perimenopause, where I'm at right now, I almost have to starve myself in order to have any sort of weight loss because my body is just like, nope, we take everything. I probably obviously have... yeah, Tammy's gonna have to put that in our burn book. If I eat 3 normal meals and no candy, I lose too much weight. God. So 50 is what got me into training. I learned that I could have whatever body I wanted by eating right and exercising. It let me owning a gym and teaching others how to eat and exercise. That's great, Barbie. That's great. It's a sad illness. Any illness you have that is your mind controls, or not, it's tough, right? I mean, it's not easy. And that's why I never count calories. I never do those apps because that's too addictive. You know, I know my limitations, you know, I know my limitations. But at this point, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how my body reacts to maybe switching it up the lifestyle a little bit, right? Eating a little bit better, maybe cutting out some of the excess processed chips, eating more nuts, you know, just trying to be a little bit more healthy. And, you know, watching alcohol, because really alcohol, if I drink too much, affects, right? It affects my sleep too. Have Jenna or Hannah ever suffered with obsession? Yes. And guess what? Mom was right there. What you doing? Knock it off right now. Yes, in their own ways. And Jennifer's kind of carried on for a long time until she, I think she was very specific. It was really interesting because she was very specific with what she ate in high school. And like, as we talked about it now, because I was like, how do you go from eating very little and very specific things, right, to all of a sudden eating almost everything? And she goes, Mama, I think it was an eating disorder. I think because, you know, it was an eating disorder. And so it kept me eating those things. And I convinced myself that that's what I liked. So that way, you know, I think we all have our own things. I think every girl struggles with some sort of eating disorder, unless they're, you know, naturally thin and they don't have any struggles. But I think any woman, any girl who was thicker, right, had a little extra weight, wanted to be like the skinny girls, struggles, you know, or has struggled. I hate the skinny pop. I won't eat the skinny pop because I'll eat the whole bag because it's not satisfying enough for me. I'd rather have a smaller serving of like something higher fat than something that's light. Or I make my own popcorn and I put my butter on it. Yeah. I won't, there's certain things I won't do because it's a waste for me. It's a waste. So I'd rather have higher fat things in smaller portions than, you know, the eating more of something that's lower fat. I won't do that shit. Nope. Especially if it's something like popcorn. Yes, it's not only food. It can be everything. It could be shopping. I mean, an addiction's an addiction, right? Addictions are all the same chemical release in your brain that you get pleasure from. You know, it was a control. It was like, you know, I can't control this. I can do something that makes me feel good. That made me feel better, right? It made me feel better for whatever reason. As sick as it is.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Dan yelling.
What's going on?
Bye, Chrissy. Vita, I have this on my TikTok shop. It's the Maroc. That's the only one I know. So if my main account is Mrs. D Cell NorCal 3, and
What are you doing?
it's there. So you can give me a couple dollars if you get it. I love it. I mean, God, you're breathing.
I just got back from a walk. I'm sorry.
Am I breathing hard? I just got off running 4 miles.
Okay, you're perfect and I'm defective. I get it.
Well, we know that.
I'm defective. I breathe hard when I walk.
We know that. This is why you're breathing hard. Because this is extra weight. It's like a weight vest.
That's a board. That's a board. It's a hard board.
It's hard, all right.
Money. I said,
It's washboard. So
I suspect Charles is very much like Swinney in that he doesn't like confrontation.
Yeah, he ran.
Right. So those jokes are the way.
Yes. Okay, I can't talk when he's. Can you
communicating
go
and
inside?
confrontation. That's what's happening.
Dan!
I do it with Danielle on the lines.
I'm trying to
Oh,
talk.
I'm sorry.
Again, no social awareness. Like, what the hell? Like, how, you know I'm doing something. How are you coming? And he talks so fucking loud. How are you going to come in and talk and yell as you're talking? My daughter graduated from UC Merced. Yeah, she played soccer. No common sense. I'm like, hello, and he's still right in front of me. Can you still hear him? It's like one of those, like, you could just go that way and it's gonna help. That's not funny, Floyd. It's not funny. Can listen to him. He was here and he was like, I was like, hello, I'm talking. And then he goes here. And he's not the quietest motherfucker on the planet, right? He's loud. My legs are tight. I have to help him with one more piece to add today. So I'm hoping it goes really quick and easy. My roofer had to come back and finish some stuff today. So he's here and then I can give him that awaited check that's just sitting right there. That's going to deplete my account. My financial woes. Anywho, such is life. I tell my kids you can't take it with you. They're like, no, we're hoping you leave some behind, though. I do kettlebells, yes. They don't listen. No, they don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Anyhow. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I got some shit to do. Anyhow, have a nice Sunday. You guys relax, do what you need, watch your football teams, hope they win, blah, blah, biscuit. My plan today is just to putz around. I am going to finish my exercise, maybe do some small, gentle things. I have to be careful because my arm's starting to act up a little bit. I felt it last night, so it's coming from here. So anywho, and then help Dan with his ad and hopefully be able to catch up on some of my shows because I only made it through 1.5 last night because then I conked out at I was asleep by 7:30. Those gummies knocked my ass out. Dan calls me a lump too. Isn't that just wonderful? So all night long when I get up, I hear him go, the lump is sleeping, the lump, the lump, the lump, the lump. He calls me a lump. I mean, what the fuck kind of nice affection is that? Just because I can sleep and I get knocked out, I didn't hear Grandpa at all. The only thing I heard was his fucking loud voice dealing with Grandpa. He's like, you didn't even wake up once. Nope, I didn't hear it until I heard your fucking mouth. So that was good sleep. I knocked me out. I took a half and a half, but for whatever reason, it just knocked me out. I was tired anyway. So anyway, power to the gummies. No, he calls me a lump because those gummies hit me hard and I'm sleeping and I'm out. Like I hear him mumbling in the background, but I'm so in that phase of I just don't care. And I want to yell at him so bad, but I can't because I'm so in that moment where it's just I'm going to drop off. And he calls me a lump. Sarah, they're the, I can't really say what kind of gummies they are, but they are the hippies lettuce version of the gummies. Yeah, so most of the time they knock me out. So if anything I could say, probably the gums are helping me sleep because the alcohol doesn't. So maybe that's the difference is the alcohol does kind of metabolize weirdly if I drink it too close to bedtime and it keeps me up. So really. Sarah, every state, are you in California? Because every state has different things. Hold the phone. He calls me a lump. Yeah. In the middle of the night. Because that's when he wants to talk, is when I'm asleep. That's when he can't sleep, he wakes me up. Anyhow. So Minnesota, yeah. So it's different because they all have their own thing. So, I mean, you can email me, Sarah. You can email me, mrsdcellnorcal3@gmail.com. I'm reading. Yeah, I'm still reading that series, but I'm not reading as quickly because I just really haven't had time. But I'm still reading that Court of Roses and Thorns series. There's 5 books. I'm still on the 3rd, almost done with it. And then I will be starting the 4th. Yeah. So he is a lump. It's just, Yeah, it hits differently depending on what's in your stomach, depending on the day. Like I can eat the same gummy. One day it affects me differently than the next day. It's just so weird how you don't like, you know. So, anyhow. Yes, I can focus, but like when the gummy is hitting, I really can't read like at night. I'm just like I just want to zone, so I'll zone and watch the TV. So I finished Sister Wives last night, and then I started oh, the sisters. The sisters. The thousandth Tammy and Amy. And so, yeah, other than that, no. And during the day, I'm so busy. I got so many things going on, so it's hard. No, I'm not a lump, but he's just jealous that I'm sleeping and he wants to wake me up. It's just clueless. Arizona and one gummy bear. Oh, shit. 100? Well, you're a professional. There's no way in hell I could do that. I'm still on 10. Barely. Hattie, I take 3/4 of a 10 and then I finish it. So I kind of wait because I don't wait for it to dissipate. So I'll do like either half or 3/4, and then I wait for it to hit, and I wait like 20 minutes, 30 minutes after, and then I take the other piece. And if I'm up for longer and it starts dissipating, then I'll take another half for me to stay asleep. So it just depends on where I'm at in the day. Yeah, maybe 15 on a high day. Yeah, on a high day, maybe 15. 100%, because I'll take another 5 to go to bed. Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes I'm like, last night I took literally 10. I took 5 and then I took another 5 and then crawled in bed at 7:30. And I try to stay up as long as I can. So, and then I was out. It's not prescribed. No, it's illegal here. But I need my sleep. Like my eyes look awake today, don't they? Good morning, Jenny. Um, my eyes I feel good because I slept hard. Does my father-in-law sleep a lot? No, he's up all the time. He's up all night long. Somebody said, I know I have to go, but somebody said in one of the comments, well, maybe if you didn't have so many animals, he would sleep better. You're in Tahoe? It's beautiful up there. 100 at a time because you're a professional. You're a professional. I can't do that. Maybe eventually. Like Dan could probably take 100 no matter, and not feel a thing. Grandpa could not. I would never give Grandpa that. Because it makes me dizzy. Like I feel a little dizzy when I have my gums make me a little dizzy. Like sometimes I'm like, whoa, like vertigo almost. It's weird. So I would never give that to him because of that. You were 17? Oh, not me. So, no, I would never. But yeah, somebody said for animals. Bitch, you do not know that this man has always been up all night long? Yeah. So I would never give that to Grandpa because I feel dizzy. I realize it's part of just the way it alters, and some days I don't feel dizzy, but I would just never do it to him because he's already having issues walking. Hi, Goodman. Bye, Goodman. So anyway, remember you guys, enjoy your day today. You are worthy, you are important, and you matter, and your feelings are just that. Yes, it's Nick Bosa. Of course, Sean. Duh. I'm just going to try to have a chill day, flying high. Yeah, I won't take 10 at a time because I'm scared. So I'll do like a half or a 3/4. But I kind of like, the only thing I hate about it is it takes so long to kick in, right? It takes so long to kick in. That's the only reason why I don't like it. So I always do it earlier because I want to feel it by a certain time. And sometimes you get a dud and it doesn't work as well as you were hoping it would work. And then you have to eat another one and then, it helps. So that's the difference between wine and that, right? Wine hits after the first sip. I'm like, yeah, there we go. Let's get that going. Yes, ma'am. And the gummies, it's like, oh, there you are. Oh. Anyhow. All right, guys, have a good day. Enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's so inconsistent. That's what I've learned about this gummy. That's what I learned. Inconsistent. I wish it could be consistent. Like my wine is consistent. My wine is consistently consistent. You know what I mean? But the gummies are so inconsistent. I'm like chasing, things sometimes. And sometimes one day I think I almost had like over 15, Lily. Shit. I was like, damn, if I eat like this, I'm going to become a professional. Anyhow. All right. What if I never drink wine again? Is that possible?